not be affected. This is the capacity to act as a detached observer. The mind becomes a witness and just notices what's going on without judging or reacting. We are not merely repressing feelings or thoughts, but we are observing them while being totally calm. This skill can be cultivated with a simple, repetitive practice. In this meditation, we will not only learn to regain this capacity, but also how to naturally retain it, so that we remain fixed in that free consciousness. To truly experience freedom from limiting beliefs and access inner power, we need this capacity to act as detached observers. To observe clearly, we need to first detach ourselves and then create a still space in our mind. We will first become witnesses to our thoughts, then of ourselves, and finally of the dramas around us. Breathe in and out while noticing how the body is taking in the breath, releasing. Just breathe in and out. And simply sense the sensation of your breath as it moves in and out. For the next few moments, sense the breath moving through you. And if your thoughts wander and go in different directions, simply come back to just observing your breath. Just keep witnessing the way it feels as it moves through your body. Now gently but firmly, let go of any stresses you have. Let go of your roles, your to-do lists, and keep noticing the sensation of the breath as it moves in and out, in and out. For the next few moments, gently take a moment now and become an observer of where you are sitting, the city, the room, your immediate surroundings. Observe yourself sitting there for a few moments. Again, turn your attention to your breath. Simply observe your breath going in and out, in and out, in and out. You feel totally relaxed and calm. In this state of relaxation, your awareness begins to rise up, higher and higher, away from the world, way up into the sky. You arrive in a beautiful patch of light. It feels like a soft cloud of light. You are beginning to feel so light and comfortable. Now ask yourself the question, what am I thinking? Just be a witness to what comes to your mind. Don't judge. Just keep observing your thoughts. Now ask yourself the question, if I had a choice, what would I be thinking instead of what I am thinking now? Keep observing your thoughts, your feelings in response to this question. Witness any visuals that come to your mind. Just keep watching your mind as you would watch cars go by. Keep watching the traffic in your mind without judgment. As you keep witnessing your thoughts, your emotions, you feel even lighter. And again, you begin to ascend and you go even higher. You arrive in a beautiful, misty region of white light. You feel totally light here. Allow yourself, the soul, to become light as a feather. And your silence increases. You are now in an ocean of light that feels cool and welcoming. You feel at home here. It feels like your personal haven. You are in a sanctuary of silence. Now, ask yourself this question, who am I? Who am I? And again, observe. Observation is like deep listening. Observe your thoughts. Observe your feelings. Are any visuals coming up? Now again, go back to the question, who am I really? Notice your response to that. Now, look down on your life below on earth and observe your life. Observe the people in your life. your work, your relationships, just watch as if you're watching a movie. Ask yourself this question: what is meaningful in my life? Witness the thoughts and feelings that come up in response to that question. What is meaningful in my life? What are the visuals coming up? Keep repeating this exercise. First, observe your breath, then your thoughts, then your life. If
Hello, good morning. Om Shanti to everyone.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Great. So how is everyone?
Good.
Good. Great. Nice. So today we thought to take up this topic of how to pause. Pause the story. And this inspiration just came one day. We just thinking about something, and then we just thought, can I just pause for a moment? And pausing, what does pause really mean is just to slow down, step back, and let that inner commentary just fade away, or that inner chatter just fade away, and I just become still without any influence of the story. So the story is, so there's one story that is playing out externally, but then there's another story that plays internally. Story that plays out externally, is it the same for everyone? The story that is playing out externally, it is a sequence of events that is happening, everything that is happening in the world outside. That's one story. But the story inside, each one could be different. So there is a story that is playing outside, but at the same time, I'm creating another story inside. And that creation of that inside story is actually a very interesting process. And just like these days, we've gotten used to the technology and recording and things. It's like there is an internal recording that is taking place of every scene of the story of life. And the perspective with which I see that scene is what is getting recorded inside my mind. And that inner story, once it gets created, then many times we tend to live in that story. So if things are changing outside, things start to change inside. And then that clouds the vision of the inner feelings, the beautiful feelings of life, just to enjoy life, just to have happiness, peace, contentment, deep sense of belonging to everyone. That story sometimes clouds that experience. So today we thought, let us take time to learn together how to kind of pause that inner chatter, inner commentary, or pause the story. We have a few slides here. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great. So I really like this image where this boy is just gently looking as if he's kind of detached from everything and inside his own being, as if he's able to just pause, hit the pause button, and just be inside himself. Found this quote from somewhere. It said, "Practice the pause." So pause before judging. Pause before assuming. Pause before accusing. Pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you will avoid doing and saying things you will later regret. Because all these things happen very suddenly. So things are happening, someone is saying something, or some event is happening, scene is happening, and it's a very interesting way, how this whole thing works. And inside my mind, I'm constantly recording, so the recorder is on, and something happens, and I start to create judgment. Something happens, I assume, oh, this person may be thinking like this, or accuse, this happened because of this, like accusing. But it's like a trigger. Whenever I notice anything, any of these emotions cropping up, it's a good time to me to just step back, pause. Pause whenever you're about to react harshly. So it's like, think before I think. To think before I think. To take a step back, to just observe first, and without creating a lot of thoughts. You tend to create thoughts in reaction. And that reaction takes place. This whole mechanism is, something happens, the visual and audio input, and it goes inside, and there is a filter here. It filters according to what I am seeing, according to what my attitude or perception is. And based on that, that is what I feel, and then I project it outside. That's called a reaction. So my output is based on my input plus my understanding of perspective of what it is like. And that perspective is grounded many a times in these thoughts: to judge, to assume. Someone said, like, the two biggest things that we should be conscious about, one is assumption, and the other is imagination. So many times, imagination in the sense that it's good to imagine, but imagining things in sense of, like, just creating a fake reality of someone, for example, just creating my own image of them. Imagination is like creating an image which is not their true self, which is based on my insecurity or fear. So to practice the pause, practice the pause. In that pause, I'm able to detach very easily. It's just like a tortoise, right? A tortoise is it notices anything externally, it goes inside. And I was listening to something a couple of days back. So, the shell of the tortoise is so strong that even an elephant can walk over it and nothing will happen. It's so strong. So it's like when I pause this story, I can go within to that space which is completely secure, where even situation as heavy as an elephant could come, but it won't affect me. So then I've paused it. And the remote control to pause or play is in my hand. So when we talk about to pause and to play, it's like movie, right? And there is movie, then I would pause and then play. And the moment I look at life as a movie, as a story, then I get the remote control in my hand. But if I don't see it as a movie and I'm engrossed completely, then it is difficult to pause. So I take a moment, I step out, I get the remote control back, and then I just hit pause, and then it pauses. When we were kids, we used to play this game. I don't know if you also play a statue. So anything with a statue, okay, statue. And then everyone would just, be still for, say, okay, statue for 1 minute. And they cannot move in that time. So to have that remote control, anything is happening, okay, statue, pause. So pause, everything gets still, and then I get back, and then I find my own space. I relax, I unwind, as if I'm on a vacation, and then come back with a fresh perspective. And there's this quote someone said, slow is fast. Gentle is powerful. And stillness moves mountains. It's very interesting. Slow is fast. Because generally we feel that fast is like, I really have to work towards to be able to be fast. It says slow is fast. So if I'm slow in my thinking, then I can get things done very fast. If I'm fast in my thinking, then I'll get things done very slowly. And that's what we observe a lot, especially at work also. There's some project and we think a lot, should do this, that, a lot of meetings, but eventually the progress is very slow because kind of sometimes waste a lot of time in unnecessary detail. And in the same with us, it's like when I feel that my thoughts are very fast, it means that I'm lost in some detail, which is not in my control. So being slow in my thinking allows me to focus on what is important, what is not, and then I can easily direct my attention, and get things done very fast. It's a gentle is powerful. Gentle is powerful. And the story comes, right, of the oak tree and the grass. So oak tree is a very strong, big tree, and very, it has a lot of kind of pride in its existence that I'm so big and strong. And the grass is very small and very gentle, just moves with the wind, but oak tree doesn't. And so oak tree says, grass, you're nothing. Look, I'm so powerful. But then one day a big storm comes, and the storm is so powerful that it is able to, it uproots the oak tree. But the grass, nothing happens to the grass. It's still just flowing. So being gentle is to be able to be flexible. So I don't, I go with the flow. I don't create a barrier. It's same with reaction, right? So input is coming and I'm processing it. If I create a barrier, means this has to be like this. I am like this. They are like this. It's like a barrier. And when something is like a barrier, it hits, then it rebounds. And that rebound is like a reaction. But if I'm gentle, then I become transparent. Any input comes, it just goes through me. And I don't react. It's like it just comes, I just absorb and then let it go. I don't hold on to it. So scenes come and go, come and go. I don't hold on to it. It's like a teacher once asked a little girl to hold on to a glass of water, and she held on to it. He said, is it easy to hold? She said, yes, very easy to hold. Then, okay, now continue to hold for 1 minute. Okay, she held. Is it easy? She said, yes, no problem. She said, 5 minutes. Is it easy? Yeah, still okay. I can hold for 5 minutes. So she said, can you hold it for an hour, 2 hours, 1 day, a week? She said, no. Right. Yeah. So the water, the glass is not heavy, but the fact that I'm holding on to it is what is creating stress, heaviness. So being slow, being gentle is to be able to not hold on to things. Developing an attitude, we can easily let go. And when I can let go, I can also let God. I can let God, meaning when I'm not blocking anything, and then I'm open to receiving the energy that is coming from God, from the divine. And then there's no reaction, but there is a response that is filled with God's love. And that stillness moves mountains. When I'm still, that creates that power within. And then that response, not a reaction, but a response, has the power to move mountains. It says, pause the inner recording. Inner recording. So it's like there is a reality that is outside, but my reality is a projection of what I am recording inside. And that depends on how I am seeing the world outside. So we all have this inbuilt technology to record things. So this whole technology of recording is so interesting. Earlier there used to be tape recording, videotape, then cassette, CD, And now it's just a digital recording. And the brain brain can, I was watching a video, it said brain can record up to, said 1000 terabytes of data. And that's just one part of the brain. There's so much recorded. There's so much recorded. From the moment we take birth and to the moment when we become aware, we begin to record. It's quite interesting. A small child, like until the age of 2 or 3, doesn't really record things. Like we don't remember that much, right? What happened when I was 1 year old or 2 years old? I don't remember. But when I was maybe 4 or 5, from then on I begin to remember things, because then I have developed this sense of recording. But a small child, say, small child is pure, so doesn't have his own interpretations and things, and just like a plain slate. So recording is like, what am I recording? So I'm witnessing a scene. Am I recording? Am I recording the invisible energy that is coming out in that scene? Am I recording the kindness, the generosity of someone? Am I recording it? Where is my attention going? Or am I noticing a mistake, for example? Because that is what I am creating inside. And that is what my reality becomes. So what I record becomes my reality. And recording is in my hands. I choose to record. No one else can record for me. No one else can record for me. Only I can record for myself. So to pause the inner recording is to not get lost in the detail. So pause the detail. Pause any kind of wasteful or negative recording. So if I'm watching news, right, then whatever I'm watching, it is there, but it is also, I'm recording it inside. I can watch news, but if I watch it from a perspective of being unbiased, being neutral, being hopeful, if I just take it as information and then I record in my own way, and then then my reality becomes that. And that's why globally, if we see why things are not working as they used to work before, is because we're all creating this inner recording, and that becomes our reality, and that a global consciousness becomes a global reality. So if I record fear, then fear becomes my reality, and then fear becomes a reality everywhere else too, because I vibrate with that. So I can choose what I record. I can choose what I record. And I can easily pause the recording of things that I really don't want, that are unnecessary. So it also depends on what I feel is necessary and what I feel is unnecessary. So whatever I feel is necessary, I will automatically record it. Whatever I feel is unnecessary, I will not record it. So if I feel that my inner peace, my stage, my inner stage, my contentment, my happiness is important for me, rather than anything else outside, then I will record that. So it's like where I prioritize, what do I give importance to? Today we heard this word in the morning. It's called extra. 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 If I feel, it's very easy thought to hold on. If I feel that, just take a moment and just say everything in my life that is happening right now, externally, including everything around me, outside me, wherever, is extra. Extra. It doesn't determine who I am. It doesn't determine my inner state of being. So my inner state is my own property. Peace is my own property. So let us just create this thought of just hitting a pause on any external input. I look at everything as extra. It is extra because I, the inner being, doesn't need the props of drama, of life to exist. I exist irrespective. As a being of light, as a spiritual energy, I, this innocent, pure being, my existence is not dependent. My inner peace is not dependent on the scenes outside. So I label everything as extra. If it is good. If it is not, it is good. Extra. And when it is extra, I just hold on to very easily my recording of my inner world, my inner story, the story of who I am, where do I come from, who do I belong to. That inner story starts to play. That inner story is eternal. That inner story is peaceful, silent, still, gentle. That is the reality. That all of us are on this journey through time. And when I'm able to just be within, then I can be more, and do less and be more. It's like human being, not human doing. When I focus a lot on doing is when I can, so when the mind thinks I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, it happens with me. So if there is a lot to do, then I feel a lot of pressure. How will it happen? I don't have resources, I don't have time. What to do, how to do, a lot of questions. But if I focus on being, to be myself, I just need to be myself. I need to enjoy, I need to take things easy. Everything is good. And I need to be light. So if I just focus on that, then I feel that things are getting done automatically. So I really don't have to create thoughts about how to do this, how to do that, how to fix this, how to fix that. It's like from doing, it's like a thought, okay, it is getting done. It is getting done. Still, it is happening through this whole being, but I'm not focusing. So the mind is free. Because the mind cannot, it's like the mind holds on to a state, right? It's like a state that mind holds on to. And if I hold on to the pure state of being, then doing automatically takes place. That's what we call as karma yoga. Karma yoga is like karma is action, and yoga is like my link of mind. So we say, let my hands do the work, but let my mind be connected to the divine. So when my mind is connected to the truth, to the reality, and that is my just very gentle attention, and then things start to happen. And then I really don't feel like any need for overthinking, over planning. And when things start to get done, then I develop trust. I develop trust in everyone because it's like drama, or the universe begins to cooperate. When I am myself, then universe cooperates. When I'm not myself, then many times we feel no one is cooperating. So when no one is cooperating, it means I'm not myself. It's like drama. By drama, it's like the story of life, events, drama. Sometimes you feel everything is happening on its own because I am in my state of soul consciousness, is what we say, soul consciousness. When I am that, then things happen around. So I just need to be still, grounded, or at pause, at ease, at rest. Yeah, it's like pause. So when I pause, I recalibrate my thoughts, and then when I come into action, when I come into play, then I can feel secure without the mask. Just like this person is secure without the mask. It doesn't need the mask. Then the mask or the role is just a role, it's mask. Any comments, criticism, whatever is for the mask, not for me. Everything is extra. I don't depend on the mask. It's just a very easy process. Step back, pause, take a moment, and then come back. Play. Pause, play. Take the remote control, pause, recalibrate, play, free. No attachments created then. That's how karmic bondages are created, is when I give importance to the role and I start to take things personally. I start to create hurt. That's karmic account is created. When I tend to complicate things is when the karmic accounts get created. When I tend to simplify things, then there's no karmic account that gets created. To pause and play. So I can emerge as a better player when I have paused. I've given time to myself, to be myself, to be more, do less, and then come out. And then I can get things done quickly. It's like when I pause, I'm giving this, giving time to sharpen my inner, sharpen my mind. It's like sharpen. Another nice way to look at it is this. So it's like, the symbol of pause is like two lines, right? Two parallel lines. And if you look at two parallel lines, it's like a rail or a train. A train moves on a track rail. So when I have paused, then I take time to align myself to this invisible track of life. We can call it the track of perfection. It's like there is already a perfect story that has been designed for me. And I just need to follow through. It's like a train. What does train need to do? Nothing. A train just follows on the track. And the train just has to make sure that it is on the track. That's all. When the wheels are on the track, then it automatically moves. When the train is not on the track, then there is chance for an accident to take place. So when my mind is on track, then there's no chance of accidents to take place. I am on track. Even if there is a turn, the track will easily turn. I'm watching a video how a train makes a turn, right? So there is a track that goes straight, and there's another track that diverts. And all train has to do is this person has to hook that track onto this one, and the train easily just follows. That's all. And so life becomes that easy. So we all enjoy a train ride because we can see things, Yeah. So life becomes like that. So to have my mind and intellect follow this track is like this pause. So I pause from the role, and then I realize that everything that is happening right now in my life or in the world outside as a whole is for a bigger plan. And the bigger plan is to construct a new reality based on truth, based on peace and happiness. So when I follow that track, then I don't have any more questions. Then I don't have any more insecurities. It's like pause, follow the track, then move on. So pause button has this two lines and then a circle. So a circle is like complete. This morning we were studying something about attaining my complete stage. Complete is, the zero or O is complete. It's perfect. It starts and then ends. So when I'm moving on this track of life, then I'm able to, in my mind, be full, complete. Because then I know my eternity. What is the eternity? It is that we are all beings, metaphysical beings of divine light, and we have come from our home of light into this field of action. We are here, and then we are playing our role, and then a time will come when I will leave this costume and go back. Like the whole circle. So the whole circle comes to my mind. And that becomes my protection. I don't need to worry about anything. It's like moving on this track of life. In Hindi, we call it drama ki patri. Drama ki patri. It's called patri. The word for rail or track is. So on the reels of, for my wheels of mine to be on the rail of drama for life. Say a world on pause. A world on pause. That's what we are right now. Right? Everything is on pause. Now things are starting to open up a little bit, but still, it's a lot still than before. So a world on pause. This whole time is allowing us to really just step back, reflect. This is like the bigger plan. The bigger plan is nature wants to rejuvenate. Right? The universe wants to rejuvenate. And it all happens when us souls rejuvenate. When we beings of light, when we come back to our true consciousness, then we rejuvenate. And when we rejuvenate, the world rejuvenates. So that's why the world is on pause. It's like wearing this mask of not recording any negative scene. So I don't touch with my hands. It's like my inner hands of the mind and intellect. I don't entertain any wasteful thoughts. If you see the image of the globe with the mask, it's like two stripes and then a circle. And when we tilt it, it becomes like the image of a pause button. Right? Just pause. So in essence, it's all about just giving myself that space. So let us take a few minutes to just step inside. Very gentle, very easy process of stepping inside my shell of who I really am. I pause the inner story the story that is based on the drama of life, that can just pause for a while. So the movie of life, whatever happened today, yesterday, you just put a gentle pause for a few moments. And when I just pause, just observe it like a movie. A movie has a script, a story, sounds, videos, everything. That's what it is. This inner recording is like that. So for these few moments, I just choose to let it down. Pause it. As if it is at still. As if it is still. So I feel the world outside is just like an animation is made up of still frames. So I just look at this whole life as a combination of still frames. And right now I just choose to still. Make it still, as if nothing is moving, nothing is happening. Anything that is still, not moving, it's like it doesn't have life, it doesn't have influence on me. It just is still. And once when something is still, doesn't have an influence on me, doesn't have a life, I can easily drop it. So I pause the story and I drop the story. I pause the story and I drop the story. Every scene of the story. For a few moments, that's it. I just drop it, drop it, drop it. Nothing matters in this moment. Nothing else matters. Just I, this being of light, and my eternity. And my home of light, and the Supreme Being, eternal parent, the only one who can love me for who I am, who accepts me for who I am, doesn't demand anything from me. And I just focus. I come to this beautiful experience of connecting with that divine being in this pause. Nothing is moving. Don't need to worry about anything. It's all at pause. Nothing can touch me. And I begin to feel this divine whisper of the Supreme. This whisper of unconditional love, acceptance, belonging, empathy, compassion. And I gently surrender any thoughts of heaviness to this beautiful being. I become transparent, not blocking anything that comes my way. I'm fully transparent. And when I'm transparent, I can be an instrument to shine this divine light in the world. As I come out of this pause, I can feel feel a new me, a me that is comfortable in being myself, not relying on any mask outside. Coming back with a sense of purpose, motivation, and happiness into this play of life. Om Shanti. Thank you, Om Shanti. Those were few thoughts, and we'd like to open up. Anyone would like to share your thoughts?
Thank you very much, Saurabh.
Thank you, Krishna.
I held a lot of inputs and plenty of food for thought.
Thank you, Krishna Bhai. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Very nice to hear your voice. Great.
Thank you, brother. It was wonderful. I already feel so light, wonderful experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ben. Ajit Ben, thank you. Very nice. Any other thoughts? Anything that you would like to add? If you have any thoughts on this, please feel free to.
Thank you, Saurabh. Beautiful class,
Thank you.
as always. And, just another reminder of how we can, how we need to practice, staying in the moment and always being connected. And whenever the circumstances affect us, when Maya comes and it affects us, how to kind of go back and hit the pause button. And I think the meditation practice that we have of a minute every hour, that really helps us to kind of look back and get the better perspective about why am I getting consumed in the prana. Kind of like doing the pause button.
Very nice. Yeah, absolutely. Very nice. Traffic control is the same. It's like every hour, just take a few moments to pause, reflect, and then come back. Very nice. Very
Om
nice.
Shanti Saurabhai.
Hello, Shanti Minabe.
Pause is kind of filter. When you pause, then your thoughts are filtered. And I was just thinking little deep on that. When you breathe, okay, you breathe inside, take a pause, and then you take it out. Otherwise, if you constantly breathe and out, you will be out of breath, So when you pause and you think better, that's what.
No, that's a very good thought. Actually, as you said in pranayam, what we are taught is you take a breath and then hold on to it and then leave, right? It's like, so pause is that holding. It's like I take in and I just pause and then I go back. It's like that the body gets that time to rejuvenate with that. Yeah? And then I'm taking it out, right? Very nice. Yeah. It's like that spiritual pranayam is where I take in, and then I hold, pause, and then I let it out. Yeah, very nice.
Om Shanti Saurabhai. In every class, there is one, click, that one sentence and one scene click on you, and that, like today is this pause thing. And like Simran Bhai said, if we do the traffic control, that is very good practice. But in daily life, I have tried so many times, but I'm never able to like continue every hour. It may be a couple times, few times in a day. But when something really drastically come to you, and you try to like figure out the way to get out of that situation or to get that. I mean, I had a really good experience in that, and I remember at that time I was just started the these Raj Yoga classes, and I remember so vividly that I said, okay, now I have to just let it go, everything, and Baba will take care of it. There was so much going on outside. I went inside the room and I sat down and I said, Baba, I don't know anything now I can do. I tried everything. Now I'm just going to sit down and you are going to show me the way. And everything just got cleared. I came out like a new person from the room. When there is critical things, something happen and we are able to take a pause, and that really helps a lot. And I always remember that situation, that how I came out of it. So today my catching was pause, and I really liked the class. Thank you so much, Saurabh.
Thank you. Very nice thoughts. Thank you. Right. Maybe we would like to turn on the video as we are interacting. It would be nice to see everyone. Please feel free to, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yes.
Just what Kiran Ben was mentioning, very similar actually on that I also experience whenever I have certain situation where I can truly meditate and connect with God, and connect with that divine energy. It almost instantly feels like some intervention has happened and something, it shows me a way. It might not be necessarily the path that I want to go on or that I was hoping that it will be, but it's definitely going to be a better path for me. Suddenly something will come in the intellect which will guide me in that direction.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice. It's like the divine showing the way forward. Yeah, right. Great. Nice.
I had
Yes,
excellent experience in the cell board meeting. I have seen when in the board meeting, all directors, managing directors, they present the report. A lot of criticism and all those things take place as it happens in any board. So I've seen that in such situation, as the other brother was telling, when I pause and I start remembering Baba, and I've seen that I get some feelings, perhaps even something has come out of mouth which has totally tilted the position in my favor. Later on, when I've tried to analyze, I said that it was not me who spoke those words. It was he who put those words in my mouth. That is how it helps. Once your mind is silent, you really remember Baba.
Very nice.
And thank you, Saurabh. It was an excellent presentation by you.
Thank
It has
you.
shown a new way, how to move, how to be silent, how to keep ourselves poised in difficult situations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, doctor. Yeah, no, it's really a very nice experience you shared about how the divine then touches and something then comes out which I wouldn't have even expected. Really.
Right.
Everything, very nice. Nice. Any other thoughts? Yeah. John, are you in the car still?
Yeah, I'm still in the car.
Since last week?
No, yeah. My daughter is still sleeping at this time, so it's just in the car.
Oh, it's so nice of you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
John, we missed your insights when you were part of the Sunday classes. Hopefully we'll start that soon.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
And how are you, Joy? Joy, you doing well?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Good, good, good.
Well, I really love that picture of the globe with the
Mm.
message over the world. That was just, there's so much in that. It says it all for me.
Mm.
I'd love to be able to share it if you have just that graphic. So
Sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so simple.
Mm.
It's so simple to promise, but yet it's so hard. So, you know,
Mm.
you're a great role model for that, though, Robbie. You
No,
all.
you all are. I am learning from you all. Yeah. Mm. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
And you see Molly. Hello, Molly. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Good, good. Very good to see you. Mm.
Good to see you. Well.
Very nice. Mm. So things are fine where you are? Everything is good?
Yep.
Excellent. Mm. Nice. Yeah. Like Molly deals with school children, right? You deal with school children in your work. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good experience to learn from and share with kids. Yeah. Mhm. Mm. Nice. And you see Dina Ben. Hello, Dina Ben. How are you? You saw Dina Ben.
Thank you, Sarabhai. You are really taking your time and blessing us. Thank you.
No, I am blessed. No, you are blessing me daily. Yeah, I find it helps me so much to try to think and yeah. Nice. We see Rekha Ben. Hello, Rekha Ben.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see everyone.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, Harjeet Ben on the video as well, right? Is Harjeet Ben? Very nice. And then we have, yeah. Yes, go ahead, sister. Your mic is probably muted, Harjeet Ben.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. All I was saying that every weekend I look forward to this class, and it has helped me grown so much spiritually, and I really appreciate your time. And
Thank you so much. Thank you. And do we have Archana Ben? Archana Ben, you there? You see your IT. And Manisha ji, hello Manisha ji, how are you? Is also. And
hello everybody. It was
hello.
really good. I was late, but it was good. I had another session in the morning, but it was good.
Thank you. How are things with you, Manisha ji? All good with you?
Yeah, all good. I'm so happy that a lot of spiritual work is happening right now, and more people are benefiting. I'm just happy about that right now. I think the world needs it.
Yeah.
We all need it. So thank you for the session.
Thank you, Manisha ji. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Saurabai.
Hello, Anita Ben.
You're giving us so much input. As Baba is always saying, you're becoming the bestower of blessings, and in simple words, you convey a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. We have Surinder Ben and Anu Ben from Michigan. Om Shanti, welcome. Are you able to unmute yourself?
Om Shanti, Saurabh.
Om Shanti, Surindaben. So good to hear you. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Loved your class. Excellent. The only thing is not to inculcate. That's harder part.
No, it's the same for all of us, right? Yeah.
Well, thank you for the knowledge and information.
Naini, thank you, Surindaben. How is Sanjay Bhai? He's well?
Oh, he's pretty good. He's actually coming next week for a week.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's everything? How's your morning?
Yeah, they're also in the class, I believe. Naresh Bhai, Rajesh Ben. Are you there? Would you like to say hello to everyone? And, yeah.
Shanti.
Yeah, it's nice to hear everyone. Yeah, I think we turn on the video.
Saurabh, I'm doing the homework. You're going to be blessed enormously.
Thank you. Thank you.
Om Shanti, brother.
Shanti, thank you. There's Swati Ben, also Suparna Ben, Swati Ben, Kusum Ben.
Om Shanti.
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 Oh, Divit is here. Say
So
hello.
actually, yeah, hello, Om Shanti, everyone. We had a question.
Oh, yeah. Yes, kids.
Ask how to hold your thoughts when we are meditating.
Who would like to answer that? How to hold your thoughts when you're meditating? Ask Divit. You can say, share, or Angel.
Ask the
Say in the mic. Or do you have a?
How we will hold our thoughts during we are doing meditation.
So, what do you do? How do you hold your thoughts, Divit? What do you do in meditation? Yeah, kids are also. Yeah.
I visualize.
Visualize. Very good. Very good. Yeah, visualization is a very good way to hold the thoughts. So just visualize a point of light, and then you can hold your thoughts there.
ask again. Sorry, he missed. Can you please come again?
Yeah, you visualize a point of light, and then just look at the point of light, and just feel this is God, and this phase is coming from God.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. And is Kusumben also there? Would you like to share something, Kusumben?
Om Shanti. All slides, each and every slides, I feel like it's a pack of information. So it's a lot of knowledge in per slide. One of the slide I really like was the pause button in a track. So that line is like a track, and there is like, then you become a circle, which is like a sign of Sampurnata. Is that so that we talk about that in Murli?
Yes. Yeah. It's like we become like Sampuran. It's like circle. When I'm following the track that God is showing me, then in that following I become complete.
Yeah, it's really so finally I feel like finally the most important thing is soul consciousness again. So finally, if we are pause button, we hit the pause button, that means we are in soul conscious state, and then we connect with the divine. So that is the pause, right? So finally the soul consciousness is the main thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Most important thing finally.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Saurabh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. I want to offer another suggestion about how to hold your thoughts in meditation.
Yes.
In the beginning, for me, when I first started meditation, what really helped me was a guided meditation. To hear someone else guiding me through the meditation. help me to leave my thoughts out of it and focus on that. Or some people use music or, you know, something like that just, it kind of just shifts what I've been doing in my body and external world to kind of shift into the inner world. And it's different for everyone. I found out too that it's different as far as, you know, what kind of sounds or what kind of a guided meditation. So if you try it and it doesn't work for you, a guided meditation, it could very well be it's just the voice, the sound of the voice. That meant a lot to me in the beginning. I recognize that. So it's just trying it out and see, you know, which one really helps you to just relax and go within.
Very nice.
What was the little boy's, what was his name?
Divit,
Yeah.
does that answer your question? Divit is his name.
Yeah, I love that.
Divit, did you hear that? Divit?
You got the answer? No. Yes. What you got?
I think it's wonderful that you're meditating at your age. So awesome.
Show their faces again. Kids' faces you want to show again? Swati Ben? Yeah, she must be. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Divit, you got the answer? Great. Any final thoughts? Anyone?
Got the answer? Yes.
Yeah. Archana Ben has also texted. Thank you. Swati Ben said about unconditional love. Sure, we can maybe take it up as a topic one sometime, unconditional love, and discuss more on that. Yeah, very nice.
Brother Saurabh, can you hear me?
Oh, Anuben, Om Shanti.
I was going to speak first, but somebody else spoke. I just wanted to convey my profound thanks. Your sessions are so encouraging, empowering, brother. I never want to miss a single session, and I really wish we could really remember whatever points you tell us and whatever the sessions explain.
Yeah,
But
even,
we try to remember as much as we can and follow as much as we can.
Even I wish I can remember everything.
But thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Anuben. So nice to hear you. Thank you. Great. We heard from everyone, hopefully. And Rajesh Ben, you want to say hello to everyone? I don't think we heard from Rajesh Ben. You want to say hello to everyone? Yeah. आपका माइक शायद म्यूट पे है. Yeah. Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, all of you.
Om Shanti. Very nice.
Om Shanti, Sister Rajesh.
Om Shanti, Anuben, आपका चेहरा दिखाई नहीं दे रहा?
हाँ? चेहरा दिखा.
अब मैंने कहा चेहरा मिले हुए. काफी दिन हो गए मिले हुए सबसे.
हमारा चेहरा बड़ा बुजुर्ग सा हो गया.
कोई बात नहीं. बाबा को तो बुजुर्ग ही पसंद है ना, अनुभवी तो पसंद है.